Hi, welcome back. In last video, we have seen how you can import your model in Cura and how you adjust his dimensions according to your requirement. In this lecture, we will talk about how we can define our print quality, what will be the layer thicknesses, shell height, wall thicknesses, fan speed and many more things. There are plenty of options are there. So you can decide what type of print you want, what are the parameters you want. Everything is in your hand and everything will be done in Cura only. So if you are new to the 3D printing and you are unaware about the various parameters of 3D printing, then Cura is very simple. Cura has given you a custom setting. You can use directly this setting. So you have to go there and you just need to click it. Here there is a custom setting where you can see the layer thickness is 0.1. You can change it according to your requirement, but this is custom, and if you will use this, your print will be like okay. Infill density, then infill density is here 20. Again support, addition and all the parameters are defaultly. So if you will use these parameters only and slice your model, then you can slice your model. Here I have click on slicing, and then you can see after the slicing what will be the time of the print and what about the consumption of your material. So here you can see this will take along 6 hours 45 minutes to print this object, and it will take 52 grams of your PLA material and approx 6.63 meter material. Let's look at a preview how it will be made. So I will click preview. Here you can see how your model will be built up, like layer by layer by layer, and how much will be layered there. You can see everything, like how nozzle will, like you can see how printer nozzle will work and how this will be going in this particular layer. And if I will go on to the next step, again you can see how your nozzle will be moved. So everything is your control, but I strongly recommend you that don't use the default setting for your model, because it will give you it will not give you a finished model, it will give you a rough model. So what you have to do, you have to do a custom setting. So you just go to the custom, and here you can see there are plenty of options are there, like quality, in quality, defaultly layer height is 0.1. and the best part is that whenever you go to any option, the description will be in left hand, like layer height, the height of each layer in mm, higher values produce faster prints in lower resolution, lower values produce slower prints in higher resolution effect. So about that point you will see all the details. So if you even doesn't know about what this it means, like top, bottom, infill, material, you can just read it and you can understand what this function is talking about. So this is all new for you. So let's talk about some terminology first and gaining some understanding about these parameters and come to the Cura. So here in this slide you can see about the layer height. So how to choose print quality. Your print quality basically depends on what layer height you are choosing. Layer height means the one layer height, how will be the layer height. So here if you will use 0.10 mm layer height, then you can choose 0.15, 0.20, 0.25, 0.30, whatever layer height you want to choose. But if you will choose 0.1 mm, then your print will be fine. If 0.06 mm, here you can see it will be extra fine. If 0.15 it's normal. If 0.32, then it will be coarse, extra coarse, rough. So your quality of print will be determined by layer height. So you must be choosy while selecting a layer height, that if you need just a prototype and finishing is no requirement, you can just select higher layer heights, so your print will be made in very less time. If layer height is low, then your print will consume lots of time. So 3D printing is time consuming, and the time will be fully depend on the layer height. Here you can see if the layer height is high, then the finishing is very low. You can see it just looks like stairs, and the layer height is low, then you can see again the picture is looking differently from this one. So it's all because of the layer height. If I talk about layer height versus time, it means quality versus time. If layer height is low, then your quality will be high and the time will be more. So in this left hand first diagram, you can see this is taking 3 hours 41 minutes This is ultra high finishing. Here the layer height is 0.05 mm and taking PLA material. So if you will zoom it, you can see here the fineness of this. But if you take layer height 0.10 mm, you can see the time has been drastically reduced. Like before, in earlier model it was 3 hours 41 minutes and here it is 1 hour 56. So the time has come drastically reduced because of the layer height. Layer height is double, so time is less. Again you can see here, if you will zoom it, then you can see the fineness of the first one is more than the second one. Second one looks slowly rough and the layers are one layer to another layer. Now in third one, you can see, we have decided the layer height is 0.20 mm, and if you have increased the layer height, here you can the print time has again been reduced only 57 minutes, less than 1 hour. Again same material, same shape, but how much the impact of layer height you can see. And in last one, you can, if we increase our layer height by 0.25 mm, then in only 39 minutes your product will be made. And if you look a microscopic level and zoom, then you can see the roughness is high. So this is all about how layer height affect your print quality. Let's understand some body parameters of your model. Here you can see there are top layer, infill, outer shell and bottom layers. All you have to decide it. Why I am showing to you these parameters? Because all parameters you have to decide. Top layer, it means the top layer must be strong, so we should have a good layer height, and along with good layer height we will make it thick. Similarly bottom layer should also be thick. Infill means density, right? If you are making a product for prototype, then you don't need to make it fully solid. When I talk about infill density, this is the here you can see about infills. Here the 10% sample 1, you can see this is 10% infill, in 20%, 30%, 40%, 50%, and at 100% infill, the density, your product is fully of material. So depends on the application of your product, you will decide the infill density, but generally we decide 20% infill density is good for any prototype. In sample 2 again you can see the 10%, 30%, clearly you can visible this how density varies and how it affects your, if density will be high, then your product will take long time, more material will be consuming and many more things. So you should decide that what purpose your product you are using. So there are lots of parameters are there. So in next lecture we will talk about every parameter in detail by custom setting. Thank you. If you want to learn complete 3D printing and make a career in this field, you can click to the link given in description box and start your journey now. In this course, you will learn 3D printing, also known as additive manufacturing, from start to finish. This course includes design of 3D models, slicing of 3D model, 3D scanning, types of 3D printers, still file formats, post-processing, 3D printing materials, and many more, along with assignments and quizzes. At the end of the course, you will get a certificate which will help you for your job interviews. The prices of course is so minimal that everyone can afford. So see you inside the course. Thank you.